Hey everyone, welcome back to Town Hall Mastery Series. If you have been with us, you know we have covered how to plan impactful town halls, drive interactivity, and keep your audience engaged from start to finish. Today, we are diving into a crucial element that can make or break your town hall, the role of leadership on camera. In virtual or hybrid town halls, leaders play a dual role. They aren't just shaping updates, they are setting the tone, building trust, and connecting emotionally with the audience. But how do you achieve this over the screen? We're just not talking about delivering presentation, but about building the connection with your employees attending your event. And to guide us, we have Kunal, our town hall expert.
Thanks, Prachi. I'm excited to share some practical strategies that can help leaders not only communicate effectively, but also inspire and engage their teams, whether it's a virtual or hybrid setting.
Definitely. Let's just break it down without any further ado. So, Kunal, let's just start with why leadership presence matters. That's the first question that I have for you in this virtual town hall. What is the impact of leadership?
Okay, so when leaders show up authentically on camera, it sets the tone for the entire organization. So, a study shows that 81% of employees say trust in their leaders is a key factor in terms of their job satisfaction. So, during virtual events, this trust can either be strengthened or shattered, depending on how leadership communicates and engage with their team. People can sense when something feels rehearsed or maybe overly polished. A great example is Satya Nadella, a CEO of Microsoft. During Microsoft's online meetings, he often shares personal stories or challenges faced by the company. So this humanized approach not only increases the engagement, but also like reinforces the trust across the company and reaches out.
I think that's a powerful example for sure. And one of the tips I can say would be encourage leaders to drop the script originally and speak from the heart. So, a genuine smile or even acknowledging challenges openly can bridge the gap between leaders and attendees. So, Kunal, following to that, what are some practical ways leaders can create a human connection on camera virtually?
Yes, as you mentioned, creating a human connection in the virtual setting can be a bit challenging, but there are few techniques or strategies that they can use. The foremost would be use storytelling. So when it comes from first person perspective, leaders should share real experiences, success, failures, and lessons that they have learned. For example, during a virtual event at AirMeet, our CEO Lalit, he shares personal story about how he adapted to the remote work, making him reliable and relatable for us because somewhere we also have been facing those challenges, and with his personal POV, it helps us to overcome those things. And otherwise, we embrace vulnerability. So instead of projecting perfections, leaders should acknowledge uncertainties and show empathy. This can be as simple as saying that I don't have a clear answer, but we are in this together. So this builds trust right from the bottom. And the other one would be engage directly with the audience, like addressing participants by name, responding to live questions, or giving shout outs to teams. This can make sessions more personal. For example, like in our AirMeet town hall, leadership often calls out specific employees' contributions or invite them to stage to share their perspective and whatever the discussions are going on.
Absolutely, Kunal. And I think storytelling is a powerful way to make the message stick. And did you know that messages delivered as stories can be up to 22 times more memorable than just presenting the facts? So let's just talk about delivery. How can leaders ensure that their message is memorable? People remember it.
Okay, so they can include creative approaches that are like the power of visuals. So when I'm just speaking, it is not as much as convincing when it is supported by slides, not just slides, but small videos, dynamic graphics popping up. So with all these things, it makes it more engaging and also like places emphasis on the whatever the messages that they are delivering. Another approach could be break the script. Like instead of sticking rigidly to a teleprompter, leaders can incorporate spontaneous elements. This might mean sharing a quick story or reacting to live poll results in real time or just replying to the chat that is going on with the event. So these are the interactive elements which encourage leaders to ask thought-provoking questions or introduce quick challenges, gamified elements that predict the outcome. So with all these elements, they are engaging the audience, and they are like this all things.
Definitely. So I think what I can get is instead of presenting data heavy slides, weave data into a story. Share a real world example, introduce a customer or an employee story, and build a narrative around it. So this keeps the audience emotionally engaged during the whole town hall. Again, great points, Kunal. While storytelling and authenticity are crucial, we should not underestimate the power of visuals and technical setup, as you just mentioned. And even the best message can fall flat if the video quality is poor, if the background is distracting. So, using those virtual backgrounds that align with your brand or event theme. So, a subtle branded background can, I think, reinforce the messaging without being distracting. So I definitely agree with all the points, Kunal, that you mentioned. So moving ahead, what are some actionable tips leaders can apply immediately to improve their on-camera presence?
Okay, a few pointers could be, as the whole aim of this is leadership should convey their points in a story. So we just need to add elements to make that story better. It would be set the scene, a professional yet personal background, good lighting, and a decent microphone can make a huge difference. For example, our like former marketing head had this air meet logo at the back of his calls. So it was like a tool of attraction, and everyone was inquiring about it because it looked professional and was still making a huge difference. And apart from that, body language matters. Readers should maintain eye contact with the camera, natural gestures, and avoid sitting too rigidly. And when you are telling a story, voice modulation is the key. So speaking at a steady pace with variations in tone, this helps to maintain interest. And leaders can practice with tools like AirMeet, Microsoft Teams, or Zoom to review and improve their delivery. They can just go through the recordings of past session, and that will help them to improve themselves.
Lastly, let's talk about leaving the last impression. So anything you would like to add around it, Kunal?
So, lastly, how leaders wrap up a session matters, like just as much how they started. So, instead of simply saying thank you or goodbye, leaders should encourage that with a call to action thing or something, a forward looking statement. For example, during Google's internal meeting, Sundar Pichai often leaves employees with a challenge or an inspiring thought or something they can work upon later, even after the event ends. Actionable ideas could be like close with a strong statement like, "We have shared our vision today, and now it's over to you to bring it to life," or just leave an open thread in Slack where people could just communicate within themselves and share their ideas, which would be reviewed.
Definitely, I think these were all fantastic insights for the leadership during the town hall. It's clear that leadership presence can elevate a town hall from just another meeting to a truly inspiring experience.
Absolutely. When leaders show up authentically and engage thoughtfully, it boosts morale and reinforces company culture and creates a lasting impact. Thanks for having me, Prachi.
Thank you so much, Kumnal, and thank you to our viewers. If you want more actionable strategies for your virtual and hybrid event, don't forget to subscribe. And even if you would like to connect, there's a button at the top. You can connect with us. Our event expert would be there to help you and guide you. And we'll see you in the next episode of the series.